Welcome to this explainer. Look, electrical motors are basically the beating heart of our industries. They power the water treatment plants, the massive manufacturing facilities, the power grids we all rely on. But
Keep your motors running at peak performance. This is your complete preventative maintenance guide.
Procedures required to keep those motors reliable, efficient, and completely safe from unexpected breakdowns.
So ask any plant manager, what usually causes a massive, unexpected shutdown? It's almost never a huge systemic failure. Honestly, it's usually just a simple, neglected motor. To prevent that, we need to treat our machinery exactly like a patient needing a thorough, structured medical checkup.
To do that, we're going to follow a precise journey today. Safety first, physical inspections, electrical diagnostics, alignment and vitals, and finally, final testing. Let's get right into it. Phase 1, safety first, preparing the motor. The absolute non-negotiable rule here, LOTO, lockout, tagout. You already know the drill, but it's the vital safety precaution of isolating the power supply completely. Before any maintenance even begins, making absolutely sure zero power is flowing to our patient is the foundational step of everything we're about to do.
You've got to strictly follow these 5 steps. Switch off and isolate the power, apply your LOTO tags, and, this is the one that always seems to get missed, verify zero voltage with a proper tester. Don't assume. You also need to gear up with the appropriate PPE, safety shoes, gloves, helmet, and goggles. Finally, wait it out and visually confirm the motor has completely stopped rotating.
Moving right along to Phase 2, physical inspections, the motor's checkup.
You're starting with a visual inspection. Scanning the motor body and the cooling fan is absolutely key. Why? Because as the warning goes, blocked ventilation reduces cooling efficiency and causes overheating. This single fact makes a deep physical clean absolutely critical to the motor's survival. Simply put, a dirty motor is a hot motor, and a hot motor is a failing motor. So how do we fix that? A strict cleaning routine. First, remove the external dust and dirt from the main body. Next, get into those cooling fins and ventilation openings. Hit them with dry compressed air if you need to. Finally, clear and clean that terminal box, making sure you scrub away any stubborn grease or oil deposits while you're in there.
Phase 3 is where things get really interesting. Electrical diagnostics. We're essentially doing the motor's blood work. We start the electrical inspection with the insulation resistance, or IR test. Now, if you're using a Megger, you have to perfectly match your test voltage to the motor's specific thresholds. If your motor voltage is up to 1 kilovolt, you use a 500-volt DC test. If it's sitting above 1 kilovolt, you're bumping that up to a 1,000-volt DC test. And here is the crucial formula you need to keep in mind. Your insulation resistance must be greater than or equal to 1 megaohm per kilovolt plus 1 megaohm. That's your standard acceptance value. If it fails this, you've definitely got an internal breakdown on your hands. Alongside hunting down damaged windings, you've got to check that winding resistance phase balance. The rule of thumb, the phase-to-phase resistance difference must be less than 5%. That's critical for a healthy motor. Anything higher, and a serious internal fault is brewing. Do not forget the terminal connection inspection. Pop open that box and look for the classic warning signs: loose terminals, physical burn marks, corrosion, or just generally deteriorating cable condition. Double-check the tightness of your terminal lugs and torque everything down perfectly to the manufacturer's exact specs. All right, Phase 4, alignment and vitals. Monitoring the pulse. Now we're on to temperature monitoring and bearing inspection. Grab your infrared thermometer or thermal camera. Healthy bearings should be humming along nicely between 60 and 80 degrees Celsius. Hit 90, that's an alarm state. Break 100 degrees, your system is tripping. Proper lubrication with the recommended grease is the fix here. But remember, overgreasing can actually be just as deadly as undergreasing. Next up is vibration monitoring. For your standard industrial motors, you're looking for less than or equal to 4.5 millimeters per second RMS. Using a vibration meter to confirm that single number is your absolute best defense against internal bearing defects, unbalance, or a soft foot condition. And if you're dealing with coupled motors, like a motor pump or a motor gearbox setup, a proper alignment check is mandatory. Skip the precision laser tools, and you're practically begging for these 3 catastrophic mechanical failures: excessive vibration, premature bearing failure, and some really severe coupling damage. Which brings us to Phase 5. Final testing, the post-op spin.
You want to step this up cautiously. First, the no-load test. Start it up without a load to check those baseline vitals. Listen for weird noises, check the baseline current and temperature rise. If that passes smoothly, move to the full load test. Run it under normal load and meticulously compare your active voltage, current, power, and speed directly against the manufacturer's nameplate data.
Here's the kicker, though. None of this amazing maintenance matters if you don't keep a meticulous maintenance record. Note down the date, the exact IR and vibration values you pulled, the bearing and temperature readings, your lubrication details, and absolutely any corrective actions you had to take. Because knowing what to do is great, but knowing when to do it, that's the secret sauce. You need a strict preventative maintenance frequency. Visual inspections, daily. Cleaning and vibration analysis, make that monthly. IR tests and alignment checks happen every 6 months, and plan for a complete overhaul every 2 to 5 years. That is how you keep this whole thing proactive instead of reactive.
So let's end on this. When was the last time you truly listened to your motors? Leave this explainer today, crack open your own facility's maintenance logs, and ask yourself if your equipment is genuinely getting this level of rigorous, step-by-step care. Because a well-maintained motor doesn't just run, it literally drives the future of your entire operation. Keep learning, keep maintaining, and we'll catch you on the next one.